Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 4 Golden, and in this episode we're going to keep chasing after the true culprit as we head deeper into Magatsu Inaba and, well, Mandala Inaba as well. So, this is where things are going to get a bit tricky. Lots and lots of different shadows for ups to go up again. They had to give me the King Castle. I was like, whatever. These are the silent books. Hit him up with that Hama attack and you should be fine. Unfortunately, we still don't have access to fire. Or, actually, we still have access to ice, which is nice, but we don't have access to Garu either. But it's actually not really gonna matter all that much. Actually, let's cast Debilitate, a move that we got in the previous episode on this tower, which is gonna lower its attack, defense, and evasion all in one go. Yeah, that attack's pretty darn powerful. You know what? Let's just use the exact opposite, which is Heat Riser, which boosts all of our party members' attacks, and no, not auto attack. Go for the Agidyne coming from Yukiko. And if this doesn't kill in one hit, well, at least knock it down, and then we can go out for the all-out attack. Yeah. The book enemies, as usual, aren't really that big of a deal. They're also weak to darkness, and they resist physical attacks. So either hit them up with spells, or... Oh, wow, Jin. See that coming. I guess we can take that. Why the heck not? Not really too attached to the luck stat, as you're gonna see... Well, okay, here's the thing. Yes, the Trumpeter is an extremely powerful persona. We're going after one much stronger. When will I be able to create this persona is yet to be determined, but we're getting closer. And that's really all that matters. But yeah, we have a lot of shadows to fight in this area. Without a doubt, this area makes heaven look like a cakewalk. Like, seriously. Well, I guess it was sort of a cakewalk, but still, we have a lot of enemies to go up against. The battle wheels are weak to ice and darkness. Luckily for me, I got that darkness, and we did not get to discuss the other enemy that accompanied those wheels, but I guess we'll get to those eventually, as Kanji's Take Mikazuchi gets even stronger. And I guess now would be a great time to actually talk about all of our party members' personas. For those who aren't well versed in Japanese mythology, well, here's the thing. They all stem from Izanagi. And if you don't know, Izanagi is kind of an important character in Japanese mythology. But we'll discuss that after we're done with this fight. The purple sigils resist all forms of magic. I'd recommend you either use Hama, Mudo, or maybe something else entirely like Almighty. But I'm sure a couple of you are getting tired of me spamming Almighty every other turn, so I guess I'll use Hama and kill them all. People were really upset that I wasn't using instant death skills a lot, and not only in this playthrough, but also, you know, Persona 3 as well, and I'm making up for lost time with this dungeon, since those attacks are very powerful here. But yes, Take Mikazuchi, Susanoo, Amaterasu, they all stem from Izanagi, which is very symbolic in a way. As you're going to notice, yes, we are in Japan. How does that really apply to the story? Well, I don't think I should say anymore. But yes, those tables are weak to death, by the way. Just thought I'd throw that out there. It feels like almost everything is very weak to Hama and Mudo. But, you know, that's speeding things up, and we're getting closer and closer to Adachi, which is what we want after all. So I'm probably going to be spamming that attack pretty often throughout this dungeon. But eventually it's not going to be very effective against shadows as we get closer to the last world of the Mandala. Yes. So let's actually, don't want to see what this is. I might as well. I plan to actually get through with this place in this episode. Whether that'll happen or not is yet to be determined. I guess we'll just have to find out, though. The harem dancers, which is a really weird thing to call an enemy, are weak to nothing. They have physical attacks. They do what harem dancers do, and you'd expect them to do. But we also have the Judgment Swords, who are weak to wind, which is something I currently don't have access to. So you know what happens when we don't have the weakness of the enemy? Almighty all day. Blow that trumpet and combine your three little almighty attacks, and they don't do a lot of damage. That is, unless you mind charge, but mind charging eats up a lot of SP, so you don't always want to do that. Okay. The harem dancers are trying their best to attack us. Actually, all these enemies have swords, so that's kind of a cool theme they got going on. It's not going to help him win the fight by any chance, but you know, hey, it's cool. Yeah. Alright, those foes have gone down, and so far we're actually doing rather well as far as finding all of the enemies that we need to find. And let's actually change things up a bit. Siegfried. Alright, I'll take him. One of my favorite personas from Persona 3. Unfortunately, he's a tiny bit on the nerf side this time around, which is just kind of how things work out. And let's see, who do I want to ditch here? Not Shichiki Oji or Cerberus, because I'm going to be needing those. I guess we'll get Rasiryu. I'm going to be needing those for a persona that we're going to fuse at the very end of this episode. So just be on the lookout for that. There's a lot of ways to get this persona that I'm not really going to talk about right now because it's not very relevant, but I guess you'll see. And hey guys, how's it going? Hope everything's good with you. I'm going to go fight this Golden Shadow real quick, if you're cool with that. That fight almost got really ugly. Luckily for us, debilitate, really good. Basically, that fight had a Golden Shadow in it. We weren't necessarily too afraid of those, but also had a Minotaur third, which kind of messed us up a bit. But nothing we couldn't overcome. And perfect timing, I was just about to say, we were not going to run into these enemies. We have the Falling Niago. I don't really know how to say that. And also the Yoton of Evil, which are weak to physical attacks. So hit him with that and they'll go down relatively easy. At this point though, and if you're playing the Persona 4 Golden version, you should be well equipped to deal with anything in your way. So let's knock these jerks out with a hum attack. And yeah, now also Naoto has Mahama, so she's like almost a parallel to the Trumpeter in a way, which is kind of cool. We did not run into the Change Relic. Actually, no, did we? I don't actually recall, but it doesn't matter. Let's go on to the 3rd floor of the Mandala. Oh, you're still here? This place is surprisingly boring. You know, why don't we play a game to pass the time? Let's see. How about this? You can't encounter the shadow here. Try and reach him without the shadows catching you. Ready, set, go. What? Gets on my nerves. Never forgive him for this. So this is the gimmick of this place. This place is huge. And yeah, we have to pretty much evade shadows. Luckily for us, we do have the enemy radar, which if you don't have it at this point of the game, good luck getting through here. You pretty much have to beat a boss. And to get to that boss, you have to avoid every shadow. Use the enemy radar, be on the agile side, and you should be fine. Kind of lame that they cheaped us out of the 3rd floor, but hey, I'm not complaining. Less shadows to fight, right? Which you could fight the shadows, but to be perfectly honest with you, the further you go down, the better EXP and rewards you get. So yeah, no, chest. Let's grab that. Frost Magatama, not the best thing in the world. Let's actually go south a bit and see if we can't avoid that shadow to the west of us on the map. No, our current direction, because that'd be way too... this might be a little tough. Let's try and test our luck. See if we can't get past him, and should be fine. We need to head north here because this is where the shadow boss is. And perfect, we made it. Wow, I'm surprised you made it this far. As your reward, I'll fight you. Wait, really? That's it? This game's easier than I thought. Heck yeah. You put on some pounds, Adachi. I'm lying, of course. Like I'd ever do something. The only thing you deserve is to fight against a shadow. Oh. Well, that's a bummer. And more of a bummer is this boss, which is kind of on the annoying side, to say the least. These are the Chaos Fuzz. Basically, they just love to summon each other. So we need to defeat them all in one turn, or they're just going to keep getting summoned. To do this, I hope you have some characters with Mind Charge, because they're gonna need them. Or at least some characters with some extremely powerful attacks. Now this is what I like to do. Get all of them to come out. Like, you need 3 of them to come... Oh my gosh, that did a lot of damage. You need 3 of them to come out, okay? And then use Yukiko's turn to Maragadine. And then Kanji's turn, whenever it comes up, to buff everyone with Tarukaja. Hopefully you have Megadilon at this point, which I know I change the pronunciation of that word every single time I say it. and then unleash the almighty attacks. If done correctly, you should be able to beat this boss in just 2 turns. I know the game calls it a boss, and please no one dodge it. Perfect. And then, if you're using Naruto, just finish them off with another Megidola. Eventually, they can summon another type of shadow, but I don't want to let that happen. So let's just knock them out. Great, and we'll get a surprisingly little amount of yen for that. Kind of irked about that, but hey, whatever. The challenge is gone, and we can proceed on forward. Huh? You're better than I thought. But how long can you keep it up? Like that had any chance of stopping us? Let's go, senpai. Heck yeah. We're not gonna let some guys in riot suits with donuts in their mouth and really weird looking shadows stop us. So yes, that is the 3rd floor. Now that that enemy has been defeated, you could go back and get all those treasure chests. But honestly, my greed will have to wait a moment. Other than this chest, because I mean, it's right here. Might as well grab it. Now we can proceed onward to the 4th floor, the Mandala. Or world, I guess they're kind of like, you know, layers, more or less, but whatever. And have you ever thought about the truth? You all want so bad? Who really wants it, huh? Isn't it just you guys? What good is the truth if you're the only ones who are satisfied by it? See, you just want to satisfy yourselves. I'm not sure what he's getting at. But the murder victims won't be able to rest in peace like this. Isn't that right, senpai? It is absolutely correct, even if everyone wants to live in the fog, other than us. It still doesn't change the fact that Adachi killed 2 people. We have to get retribution for them. And to get to them, we're gonna have to get past more shadows. The Happy Gene are extremely annoying enemies to defeat, because they have Tetrakarm and the ability to dodge physical, but they're still weak to it. So, if you're a little bit on the lucky side, or you have a Yosuke, chances are they're not going to be able to dodge you for... There goes all my momentum. I was like, they can't dodge us for it. They totally dodged us. Ugh. Also, they like to sacrifice themselves and heal everyone 100%. Isn't that just peachy? And I don't think we've seen Naoto's critical hit with her auto attacks yet. Okay, that was kind of cool to see. Also, we have these brilliant Cyclops. They're only weak to ice, and that's pretty much it. Don't try and hit them with physical attacks, it's not going to work. They'll try and attack you themselves, but chances are it don't actually work. And here comes the Magatsu on him. Okay. Not necessarily sure why you did that, buddy, because eventually we're going to get to you. And here comes... the physical attacks from the Cyclops are relatively difficult to get past, and yeah, Primal Force is what you don't want to get hit. That is basically a severe physical attack, which we have yet to see. Yeah, those hurt. You don't want that. Conjugate. It's pretty safe to assume that guy got bent. Alright, I think let's try a physical attack. Didn't think that would hit, honestly. Not the end of the world, though. Let's go for... Are we mind charged at the moment? No, we're not. Let's do that first, just so we can be absolutely sure that we get rid of these guys and they don't do any more damage than they've already done, in case Naoto's Megidola does not finish him off. Megidola? Is that Megidola? I think it's Megidola. Pretty sure, because I played like 1,000... Actually, I think I've played almost every Shin Megami Tensei game, except, you know, the MMOs. Actually, the MMO, if you count Innocent Sin Online, which I technically played. I played pretty much every Shin Megami Tensei game. You'd think I'd learn how to pronounce things by now. Apparently not. Anyways, mind charging proved to be relatively worthless since I kind of didn't use it, but that's alright. Let's get Yukiko out of the red. Jeez, she was really low HP there. Luckily, she has Medihar on, making her one of the best healers in the game. Hello! What are you doing tonight, Golden Shadow? Getting killed? By me? Segway? Okay! That's a little on the scary side. That is the Minotaur 2. And I don't like him. He is weak to ice and pretty much resists everything else. Electricity and wind also work, but not that great. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm gonna do the same thing I always do. And it rhymes with Time Forge. We're gonna Mind Charge. Lime Par. Okay, moving on. We're gonna try and knock everything out in one hit. That might not work, but we have a pretty good combo going. Kanji buffs us. We charge in the first turn, and then unleash our massive attack on the second. And yeah, Yukiko kind of just hangs out. Unfortunately, they're going to get off the Rebellion and the Heat Riser. So even if these Golden Shadows go down, they buff the Minotaur, which is bad. So yeah, he's probably going to dodge that.
That's great, Senpai.
That's not good. That's really not good. The Minotaur is focused, which I could do without personally. Maybe this Megidola will change things up. Okay, that did a respectable amount of damage to the Minotaur, but yeah. Someone's gonna get hit for a lot of damage, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Yukiko. So let's not let that happen. At the moment, I'm really just... Honestly, I know the Minotaur is very scary, but I really want to get the EXP. But it looks like that won't be happening, unfortunately for us. Let's try another Megidolon. That might work. Might not. I don't think it will even finish off a golden shot. Okay, it did. Okay, I can live with that. No, gosh, goodbye, Kanji. Yeah, that'll happen. Let's try and revive him. We need a meat shield, and let's be honest, Kanji's pretty meaty. Let's bring him back with a Bomb of Life. Let's work on beating this guy. Let's see, no one's actually missing any HP, so I guess I'll just let Yukiko guard. And thank you, Rise, for showing up when we need you most. You and your persona, which apparently has like headphones on its butt. Kind of a weird design, but I like it. Let's actually debilitate the Minotaur, so hopefully he can't do anything to us anymore. And he'll miss, which would be good. Did you really just hit Yukiko? Basically like the Queen of Fire with a fire. Okay, Minotaur 2. I may have grossly overestimated you, but that's okay. That's alright. Yeah, let's just take him down with another almighty attack and move on. I did not actually expect for that to happen. And bummer, we didn't get any really great cards. It would have been nice if I got something good here, but unfortunately that's not the case. But we'll get to level 75, which means now I can use the persona that I'm after when we finally got Heat Riser on the Trumpeter. Heck yeah. The question now remains, what do I get rid of? I guess Zeodyne. Huh. Kind of sucks, because, well, Kanji's not the best with electric attacks, but the thing about the Trumpeter is he's almost sort of like a support character, so I guess getting that on him isn't all that bad. And, well, I don't want to get rid of Null Physical by any... That would be absolutely terrible. Null Physical is a great thing to pass on from Thor. And so far, things... they're not going horrible. Not really going horrible, but I guess I can't complain. I do feel like we're not going to see all the shadows that are inside of the Magatsu, though. Actually, the Filthy? Well, I guess that is kind of maybe a good name for this place. It's definitely not pleasant, and things are getting more red as we continue. Kind of weird. I'm not necessarily sure why, and I'm really tired of seeing you, Minotaur. I do not like the Minotaurs. They suck. The Immortal Gigas also suck. They have God's hand. You know what God's hand is? It hurts. You don't want to get hit by that crap. But, well, I mean, we're gonna pretty much do the same thing we always do. Try and take over the world with almighty attacks. No, not really. They're just gonna mind charge and hope for the best. So that's kind of how I like to do things around here. Yeah. The Immortal Gigas are also weak to nothing, which is why I keep going to every character, and it doesn't seem like anything's changing. We can just use a Margadine right now. The Minotaur will actually reflect it, but at least be some damage on those guys. Let's see, the Vile Assault, it might connect, it might get a crit, but it's still not going to be very effective, which is unfortunate. So let's just get these Gigas out of here before they can launch their physical attacks. I don't want to deal with that crap, so get out of here. Get out of the ring. This is not an exhibition match. I don't know very much about wrestling. All I know is I just recently found out it was fake. Anyways, why are we talking about that in this? My God. I don't stinking know, but the shadows are gone. Hulk Hogan retired. End of story. And now To's gonna keep leveling up. I'm pretty sure she is like the strongest party member minus Rise and me. So that's cool. Alright. Golden chest over there. Not necessarily sure I want that. Maybe this won't be a normal chest, though. Hopefully, we'll get a new enemy. Yes, we will. The Slaughter Drives. don't like these guys. Well, more importantly, I do not like the death dice either. The death dice resist physical, fire, ice, electric, and wind. So, yeah, I know it's getting kind of redundant, but yes, mind charges are the way to go. Just keep doing it. There's no shame in it. You did the time. You did the fusing. If you have mind charge Megidolon, you better do it. It's your God-given right to completely devastate these shadows. I'm pretty sure it's gonna. Oh, maybe I actually didn't. That's cool with me. These guys are weak to electricity and like to use their Tensor Charm and Torrent Shot. To be honest with you, not the end of the world. Those aren't too terrifying skills. It's kind of annoying, I guess. And wow, Kanji, you literally do 0 damage. What the heck's up with that? Not too sure, but we'll get to see what Vile Soul does and completely eradicated that shadow, because that's just how Vile Soul works. It does so much. I mean, it says it does extra damage to knock down enemies. It does that extra damage. And then some. So you better get ready for that. Okay. Getting a little too into destroying shadows at the moment. Kind of out of character for me. Usually I kind of dread it, which I don't know if I've ever come off this way in this. I love this game's combat system so very much. Heck, I love pretty much all the Shin Megami Tensei's combat systems, but I specifically love Persona a lot for how it really just... Okay, this is basically a dungeon crawler, but it doesn't feel like it, which is really, really cool. I know some people really wish that Persona stayed a first-person dungeon crawler, and I like first-person dungeon crawlers too, but I really do appreciate just, you know, the ability like, oh, I see an enemy. I don't want to fight it. I'm just going to run past it, which is really, really cool in my opinion. And, oh, wow, just right on time, we have this. Every single time I see these guys, I just hate them more and more. These reformed Okina, who apparently have, like, Taos. I don't really know what's going on with them. They're really weird. They have Medea for some reason. And debilitate. Megidolon. That's the way to go. You always want to use it if you have the SP to do it. Because we have cool breeze, we're always going to have SP to do it. So do it. Just gonna shoot this guy. Why not? It missed, but not the end of the world. We can blow these guys away with Yukiko's fire attacks. And shortly after that, we should be able to knock down the other guy with Kanji's, like, you know, electric attack. It'll be fine. Heck, he doesn't even have any HP left. So this should be an all-out attack. Very, very short. Okay. But as I was saying, I really do appreciate just, like, the unique direction they went with this game. I know not everybody likes it. I like it a lot, though. And I just really love Persona as a whole. Granted, I don't understand it. Why don't more RPG developers actually just make games where you can see the enemy beforehand? That, I guess, maybe budget, but I don't know, man. Some of my favorite RPGs do that, like Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, Paper Mario, and this game. And Persona 3, I guess, but I don't know. Not to say I don't like first-person dungeon crawlers, but I don't know. I don't think they can necessarily compare. Anyways, let's head on to the 5th world, and Namatame is the serial killer. That's what society accepts as a truth. Everyone's fiercely latching onto it. Let's say you guys catch me, and that truth is proven false. What do you think will happen then? You don't get it. It's simple. They'll simply latch onto that instead. Nothing about them or the world will change. That's the truth you're all looking for. Gee, what an idiot. What's with this guy? He can babble on about logic and try to dodge the truth all he wants, but he's done. Can't be forgiven. Or make him pay for his crimes. Let's go. I mean, yeah, she kind of hit the nail on the head there. He can keep trying to talk his way out of it, but chances are we're going to get our revenge. Well, not really revenge, but he is going to pay for what he did to Saki Konishi and the reporter. Okay. We got some new dudes. This guy's weak to instant death. Hit him with instant death. He should not survive more than one turn. But we also have these Fate Seekers, which are really, really annoying. And I guess we will not see how annoying they are because we killed them in one hit. Basically, they're not particularly like weak to anything, but they have just a bunch of really nasty attacks. And I just don't like them at all. And physical attacks are absorbed, which is really annoying. But I guess it's easy enough to get around. Anyways, let's move onward and try and find all of the enemies here. Okay, I am cool with this. We have the Phantom King, who is weak to light. I recommend you use light or like electricity, because pretty much everything else is either resisted or just blocked outright. So yeah, that's kind of a pain. Then we have the Panzer Tank. I don't remember the Panzer Tank's weak to. So debilitate? That seems to be the way I go. It's like, I don't remember what to do here. Let's just weaken them a little bit. And try. Okay, physical attacks are blocked. And here comes the Seal Bomb. Do not like that attack. Pretty much seals your persona, which is really, really bad. Yeah. Is it wind or wind? Okay. If it was none of that, it must be either wind or ice, because these are the two attacks I do not have, which is a bummer. And okay. Yeah. We're gonna have to use Almighty here. Or electricity. It can't be weak to electricity because Risei would have said so. Well, it might as well be weak to electricity. Let's finish this thing off with a pinwheel. And confirm, yeah, it was weak to electricity. Not electricity, John. What part of electricity? Well, I guess pinwheels do sort of create electricity. Anyways, right on time. Hachiman of the Hierophant. If you get this persona in shuffle time, I recommend you bring him along. And let's see. Guess I really don't need Dis. I don't even know why I have Dis. Weird. Whatever. Oh, I remember what I was doing. I was showing a friend. I was like, do you realize the magnificence of Dis's? But anyway, let's move on from that discussion. Try and figure out where the portal is here, because we're almost at the end of this dungeon. Heck, we're almost at the end of Persona. There it is. We could keep exploring, but to be perfectly honest with you, there isn't much left on this floor that we're not going to encounter on the 6th world of the Mandala. So let's head on down to the last floor. A dead end? There's something in the center of this area. Ready, senpai? Not actually. We're going to go home very quickly and fuse up a new persona for this upcoming fight. So be right back. For this upcoming battle, I'm going to create a persona that I like to fuse every single time I play this game, and that is Masakado of the Tower Arcana. I don't know why, but this guy's helped me out in more games than one, so we're going to create him again, and we definitely want to pass on Power Charge because this guy heavily just, he loves that. Revolution could also be good. Maybe. Okay, let's see. Revolution or... yeah, we definitely want Revolution. I may not use it, but hey, it's nice to have, I guess. Now, this persona completely nullifies physical attacks, and also has high counter. Redundant, you may say. No, not really, as you'll soon find out in Masakado. Pretty much one of the coolest characters in Japanese history. Kind of. Maybe. Maybe I'm just partial because I like his persona appearance so much. But yes, Masakado of the Tower Arcana is going to help us out immensely with the ability Arms Master, which will be very helpful in this coming fight. So make sure to grab that. Enduring Soul, it's nice, but not mandatory by any means. And now that we have that, we can finally battle the last shadow boss in this game in the next episode of Let's Play Persona 4. Sorry, I just had to do that. Thank you all so much for watching. In the next episode, we take on the final floor of the Mandala. So see you guys then. Bye.